What's it like having a dad who stayed? The space where my father should have been had been hollow for 11 years, like a tooth knocked out that your tongue keeps finding. I was 16 and couldn't shake the memory of being 5 years old, standing at the window watching his car pull away with everything he cared about packed in the back seat while I wasn't even worth a goodbye. My mother had aged 20 years in those 11 years, falling asleep, standing up at the sink some nights, her hands still sudsy from dishes, too exhausted to make it to bed after her second shift at the hospital. She tried to teach me things fathers were supposed to teach their sons, but she didn't know what to say when I sat alone at lunch because I couldn't joke the way other boys did, and had no answer when I asked why my friends' dads all seemed to know some secret about being a man that nobody had ever told me. When Matthias asked me to come over Saturday to help his dad rebuild their deck, I lied and said I knew how to use power tools because I was too embarrassed to admit that I'd been learning everything from YouTube videos played on mute, so my mom wouldn't know how much I needed a man to show me how to become one. Walking into Matthias's garage felt like entering a museum dedicated to everything I'd been robbed of. There were tools hanging on a pegboard in perfect rows, each outlined so you'd know exactly where it belonged, and Matthias's dad was wearing this stupid apron that said, "World's okayest dad," while he sorted through different sizes of screws, like it actually mattered which ones we used. He looked up when I walked in, and his face did this thing that fathers' faces do when they're actually happy to see you. Not the blank stare I got from my mom, who loved me, but was too tired to show it most days. The whole morning, Matthias's dad taught us things without making us feel stupid for not already knowing them. He showed me how to measure twice and cut once, how to countersink a screw so the wood wouldn't split, how to read the grain to know which way to sand. His hands guided mine on the drill, and I had to lock my jaw to keep from sobbing because I realized this was the first time a grown man had touched me without it being a doctor or a teacher. When I stripped a screw, he just laughed and said, "Everyone does that. Here's how you get it out," instead of sighing like I'd ruined everything. When Matthias complained that his dad was being annoying by making us wear safety glasses, I wanted to grab him by the shoulders and scream that he had no idea what he had. His dad brought us sandwiches at lunch without us asking and sat with us on the half-built deck talking about which colleges had good engineering programs, like it was just assumed we'd both have futures worth planning for. He told this story about teaching Matthias to ride a bike and how Matthias had crashed into a mailbox and they'd had to apologize to their neighbor while Matthias was crying with a bloody knee. The easy way he told it, like it was just another Saturday memory in a lifetime of Saturdays, made my chest feel like it was caving in. When we were cleaning up, Matthias went inside to shower and his dad asked me about my plans for getting my license. When we were cleaning up, Matthias went inside and his dad asked if my father and I wanted to join them for their annual father-son camping trip next month. The question hung in the air like a held breath. "He travels a lot," I mumbled, the lie I'd been using since elementary school. Matthias's dad nodded slowly, then asked what kind of work he did. "Sales," I said, my voice getting smaller. "International sales." Matthias came back out holding a flyer for the school's father-son baseball fundraiser, complaining about having to go. "You playing?" he asked me. I shook my head, same as every year. "Why doesn't your dad ever come to anything?" Matthias asked, genuinely confused. The words just fell out. "Because he left when I was 5. The silence destroyed me." Matthias shifted on his feet uncomfortably. His dad's face went through something complicated. Understanding, pity, anger at a man he'd never met. "I could take you," Matthias's dad offered quietly, "to the fundraiser, if you want." I grabbed my stuff, mumbling about needing to get home. Matthias tried to say something, but his dad stopped him. They both knew now. That night, I looked up my father on Facebook like I did sometimes when the wondering got too loud. His profile showed 3 kids in baseball uniforms standing in front of a batting cage he'd built in their backyard. The caption read, "Teaching my boys what matters most." He could have been a father all along. He just didn't want to be mine. Matthias's dad didn't give up on me. He kept texting me with invitations to dinner and offers for driving lessons. When I passed my driving test, he said he was proud of me.